Om Shanti. Today we will take the blessing first and I will read it out to you. Baba in the blessing today says, may you be free from all bondages and experience the Avyakt stage by staying beyond any attraction of corporeal feelings. Now you see, in yesterday's Murli, Baba gave a very beautiful description of the Avyakt stage, Farishta Sthiti. And in that description, that whole description was almost mesmerizing. And Baba said that it will be a stage where we will be in perfect alignment with the drama. And what you will only think thoughts that are going to be materialized. You will never think anything that's not going to happen. And you will be in so much synchronicity with the drama that if you think about someone and you want them to think about something, then those two thoughts will also correspond. And they will think the same thing that you are thinking they should think. And Baba said also that it will be a state very similar to when somebody has anesthesia. And even if they are moving, working, but they are not experiencing any pain or any effect of the surrounding. And that's how powerful the Avyakt stage is, where you're in the world, but nothing in the world is affecting you. And we heard all of that, and it was beautiful. But the thing is, you cannot just, by imagining that you have a body of light, you cannot become Avyakt. So yes, you have to detach from your corporeal body in your mind and take the costume of the angel in your mind that's there. But then today Baba also talks about how to create that Avyakt stage by becoming free from all bondages. And Baba says, in order to be free from bondage while staying in your household, do not become trapped in any relationship by your own body or physical possessions, even in your thoughts. So, what is trapped? So, what does Baba mean by do not become trapped in any relationship by your own body or physical possessions? And I think when Baba says physical possessions, we need to think about the mobile phone. And we need to think about many other things that we have. And Baba says, don't even be trapped in your thoughts. Now, what is trapped in thoughts? So you see that nowadays we use a language which is very beneath how humans should speak. And that language is, I can't stop thinking about him or her or this or that, even if I want to. So, thinking is thinking should always be a choice. There is this compulsiveness about thinking where you cannot stop thinking about someone or something, and that's trapped in thoughts. So, even if it's a desire, even if it's a current relationship, or it's someone, or it's something, and if you're not able to take away your mind from it whenever you want to, then you're trapped in your thoughts. Now, there is also this programming that Maya does, and people say, I can, but I don't want to. But the truth is, you can't. And if you, and then, some people will say, okay, I don't want to stop thinking about this person, or I want to think about this person, or I want to think about this thing. But the fact is, you want to becomes an option when you are powerful enough to not do it on choice. But you don't have that choice because you're trapped into it. So we have to practice to let go. And these traffic controls and all the practices that we have in Gyan, they are very relevant to this, creating this stage where you're not trapped in your thoughts by someone or something. Some people are trapped physically also. These days people will say, oh, I can't move out of the house if I don't have a certain permission, or, this person will get annoyed if I do this, so I can't do this. So that's another level of being trapped. So, you don't know that your body is your body, your money is your money, your time is your time, your life is your life. So you're living in a big dark cell. So that's another thing. But the thing is that even in thoughts, if there is this being trapped, so in life also, we must know that we are never trapped. Nobody is really in a position where they can decide what we do or we don't do, or how we conduct ourselves. We don't need permission from anybody. Regard, respect is another thing. Okay, you choose to inform somebody when you leave the house, that's another thing. But that cannot be demanded. That's a choice. You're making that choice. You choose to do that, that's okay. But if you feel you want to invest your energy somewhere, or you really want to give your time somewhere, or especially when we become Brahmins, we understand that we want to spend our time and energy and wealth in seva or in swapurusharth. We want to do something for our own spiritual development with it. And then we must understand that we are not trapped. Our soul is free. And all these bondages that we talk about are created by vices. So the vice of lust, the vice of attachment, even the vice of fear creates a lot of bondage. So we need to understand that all these bondages are created by ourselves. And when we, it's also, so again, let's talk about fear. So I find this thing, fear, very interesting because let's say now there is COVID, and you want to step out of the house, and then uh, the fear stops you. So then the fear is a good thing. So the fear actually is an alarm, but that alarm can be set off by and that alarm can be set off by actual reasons and psychological reasons. And when the alarm is set by actual reasons, things that you should be a little, you should calculate and take a decision, then also fear has its roles. But then sometimes fear, or most of the time, fear is psychological, which is induced by this false belief system that we are carrying. This person will leave me, so it is induced by attachment or lust or greed, or I might lose money, or I might this, might that. So all of that is false expectations which appear real at that time. So you should be able to distinguish between psychological fear and fear that you must pay heed to, because fear is also an inbuilt mechanism which tells you to stay wary. So sometimes you are in a situation and you feel like you should be a little vigilant here. So you must pay attention to it. But then when it stops you from doing that you should, then also you must pay attention to overcome it with courage. So don't show courage in the wrong place, and don't be fearful in the wrong place. So that also requires discernment. Now, when you're crossing the road and then you know that the vehicle is approaching very fast, then there is fear that you might die and you must listen to it. You don't show courage there and run anyway and get killed. That's not courage. And then so I was feeling fear, but then I thought Didi said show courage. So I anyways, ran and then I got killed. So that's not courage. So, there is a flight or fight response also in the body, as a mechanism, physical mechanism in the body, which tells you that, here you need to be a little wary. But then there is fear which emerges from the belief systems, which is this can happen and that can happen and what if that. Now you have to cross those things with courage. And so Baba says, don't be trapped in anything or anyone, not even in your thoughts. So you are not trapped. One thing we must understand, we are not trapped by anyone or anything. And I tell you, I have had first-hand experience about this. So sometimes you feel that you are trapped and you cannot take a decision and somebody else has to take that decision, and then you leave it to them to take the decision, and they take the decision and then it goes wrong. And then when you say you didn't, so I was afraid to speak, then this way, why didn't you speak? You had to speak. If you felt it was wrong, you should have spoken. so do the right thing. Don't go into this will stop me and that will stop me, and it will require courage. So this is external thing and that is there, but then the most important thing is don't be trapped in your thoughts. We shouldn't be in a position where there is compulsive thinking. So if there is a traffic control song going off and I can't stop thinking about something and can't start thinking about Baba in that very moment, then I'm trapped. in my thinking. And what is it or who is it that's trapping my thinking? I have to see that. Okay, and have you set the alarm and do you observe traffic control? So we have apps these days and they can be installed on the phone, and then you can just, that alarm goes off. So when there is traffic control time, the song starts playing, and wherever you are, you must be able to withdraw your thoughts from whatever you are doing and wherever you are, and just stay still for, you know, 1 minute, 3 minutes, whatever the traffic control is, and be able to fully be in alignment with Baba at that time. Nothing should pull your attention. That's a very good practice, because we cannot be trapped and we cannot be a farishta. So an angel is not trapped. An angel is so free in thoughts that an angel can send Baba's love and light to anyone and anywhere whenever they choose to. So Baba says, don't be trapped in your thoughts. Let no bondage attract you, even in your thoughts, because if it enters your thoughts, then after your thoughts, it would be put into action too. And if you are bonded by thought, so let's understand this very well. So if you are in bondage of thoughts, then you cannot be free from karmic bondage. And you will create karma which will put you into bondage again. Yes, so let's say, we like this idea and love this fancy idea of not giving the remote control of your life into anybody's hands. We have these lectures and people like this very much, and they also write, Didi, we don't have to give our remote control of our life to anybody. Okay, good enough. But if you can't stop thinking about that person, can you stop that person from having the remote control of your life? If you can't even have the remote control of your mind, can you actually stop the person from having a remote control of your life? If your phone occupies your mind all day, will it not dominate your life? Obviously it will. So if you cannot free your thoughts from something, how can you free your life from it? So you're already a slave. And Baba says you will do karma which will make you very miserable. And you will create that karma which will put you into your own jail, your own self-created jail. I don't want to be very frank here because, if I start giving examples, it will sound very, very gory and not nice. And I see, people write to us, and women write to us, and then men write to us, and then they will write that this this person in my life, maybe the spouse, maybe the any other relationship, they are dominating our life and they are dominating our existence, and we are being treated not fairly, not well, and we are in a mess, and I don't know what to do. And you ask them to stop thinking about them. No, they can't stop thinking about them. They can't stop thinking about them. They can't stop thinking about their needs, their expectations. They can't stop thinking about their own expectations from them. And then you want your life free from them. That's not going to happen. And there are some which are not there, and we create them through desire. So you're constantly thinking about someone or something, and then that thing doesn't exist, but you have created such an illusion that you're in the trap of that illusion also. So if you think about, if you think about a possession also, maybe you're thinking about some attainment, some possession that you are seeking, and then you have thought so much about it that you don't value anything you've got anymore. And then that thought consumes you totally, and you become a slave of that thought. And that's created a big karmic bondage now. And in that desperate attempt, obviously you've made some, wrong decisions and done some wrong action also, which has ended badly for you. So Baba says, don't let anything pull you. Don't let anything in this old world pull you. You must always remember, as Baba says in the Murli today, that I'm a traveler, I have to go home. And until I'm here, all of this is just temporary. So I take everything as it comes and I leave everything as it goes. I have to be very flexible with everything here, not trapped. So you have to be with everything and you don't have to be trapped. You have to have a lot of flexibility inside. So I'm good with what is, and I'm good with what is not. And I'm good with any change. That's how you have to live life. Otherwise, it's going to get very miserable. And with the kind of, rapid shifts that are happening, where everything is changing in a second, we need to be very careful about this. And then Baba says, therefore, while coming into gross consciousness, do not be attracted by it. So you have to work with things and people and everything, but don't be attracted by it. But you must know the signs of attraction. If you're not able to stop your mind from thinking about something, or your hands or your eyes or your ears from desiring something, that's when you got trapped and attracted. Baba says, then you will be able to experience a detached and loving avyakt stage. Then you will have a stage which can be called an avyakt stage, an angelic stage. So just knowing how beautiful the avyakt stage is not enough. We need to know the way to go at it also. And in today's Murli, Baba talks about seeing yourself as a traveler. And we always grow up with these words when people tell us life is a journey and you're on a journey, and what is the destination, what is the purpose. And now we know that this is a journey for sure. And what is the destination? The destination is going home. So Baba says, we are on a journey. And when you are on a journey, it is very important that you survive. Yes, if you die in the way, not reaching anywhere. So you survive. Second thing is, you move ahead. Okay. But the primary thing is, you leave home. Okay. So now this is the journey of a soul. And here the soul is a traveler. So here, when we talk about leaving home, you cannot set off on a journey, a physical journey, unless you leave home. Now, when it comes to a spiritual journey, you cannot begin the journey without renouncing with the buddhi all that you thought was I and mine. So you need unlimited renunciation. You need to detach your buddhi from this consciousness of I and mine first. Then the journey begins. Without that, the journey doesn't begin. So I always give this example, and Baba has a beautiful way of expressing this. So if there is a boatman who has not lifted the anchor and is rowing the boat all night, in the morning he finds he has not moved an inch. Because you need to lift the anchor first. And this is why Baba today says, you know that this old world has to be divorced. It has to be divorced. So you can continue meeting the old world. Just like after a divorce, you can meet your partner, but then you know that that relationship doesn't exist. So old world means old body, relationships, job, everything. Old desires, old thought processes. Just divorce them. They might visit you sometimes. They might enter your mind space sometimes. But then you don't feel the same way about them as you did. And then Baba says, after you divorce it, you start the journey. And then while you're on the journey, you take care of, when you're on the journey, you eat, you bathe, you do everything, right? You don't just wait to reach the destination. A journey is a very interesting thing. You are not waiting in a journey. You're moving and you're taking full responsibility. You're also dealing with the storms that come your way. And Baba says, you deal with whatever is on the way, but also keep an account of whether you're moving forward or not. So you don't get caught up in only dealing with the storms, and you don't get caught up in only maintaining your body or your spiritual stage. You also take care that you're moving ahead. That's the whole point of knowing that you're on a journey. So, okay, I dealt with the storms, fine. Okay, I kept my body alive, and I, the soul, took care of my peace and happiness, good. But then, are you becoming eligible enough to go home? Because when you go home, you have to be a point, just a point, only in remembrance of Baba. So are you staying in your point awareness and in such deep remembrance of Baba that you are getting ready to go home also? So first thing is you divorce the old world, then you also take care of your body and yourself, the soul, as you go along, but also with the power of remembrance, burn away your sins and become ready to be in a state where you leave the body like a point and just fly to Baba. And that's how you have to start thinking about yourself as a traveler. Okay. And then today Baba says, in the world, Baba is called Nirbhay and Nirvair. And it's very, very nice today, So Baba says, Baba is called the fearless one and the one who has no animosity. Okay, so Baba says, you are the children of the Nirbhay and Nirvair. So you also have to be fearless and with no animosity. And you see that Brahma Baba, never used the word enemy for anybody or opponent for anybody. Brahma Baba always referred to everyone as a friend. Whatever they did, whatever means whatever. Even if they kept staying, very close to the campus and kept abusing him every day also, he used the word friend when he referred to them. Because Shiv Baba doesn't have any enemy, and nor do we. And Baba says, you never refer to anybody as an obstacle or an opponent, or, this person is, doesn't think good of me. No. We don't refer to anybody as someone who is not ours. And Baba says that in the reference of mothers today, Baba is saying, and Baba says, there will of course be obstacles. When you follow Shrimat, and especially the Shrimat of purity, then there will be obstacles. There are so many assaults on the gopikas in bondage. One has to be fearless here. So first thing is, know that when you are following Baba's Shrimat, you cannot have any loss, you will only gain experience. So first thing is, be fearless. Baba is your only master, Lord and Master. Nobody owns anything, nobody can demand anything. And be very fearless in your approach to purity. But then I think that the bigger challenge is being fearless towards your own sanskars. Because your sanskars do more damage than anybody else, and it's your sanskars that stop you from taking the step. So what if is your sanskar speaking? It's not the other person. So be very fearless, Baba says. You will have obstacles, and I told you fear is responded by courage. So pull out the courage and do the needful. Then Baba says, the praise of the Father is the fearless one who is free from any animosity. We don't have animosity towards anyone. The Father decorates you, and so you should accept His service. So you are not against anybody. God has come and I'm accepting His service. He wants to make me a deity. I have to become a deity. That's it. You are not against anybody. There is no animosity. And you know why Baba is making it very clear, because sometimes you do something for the wrong reason. And the wrong reason is animosity with the person, not love for God. Sometimes, and there is this strange thing that we do, that you want to settle scores with the person, you use the pretext of God, and then you try to say that I want to be pure, or I want to do this. And then it's animosity all the time inside of you. And then that animosity is doing its work. And even if you're staying pure, there is no power of purity, because you're doing it for the wrong reason. So there is love for God. And in that love for God, you are throwing away all your fear and There is no animosity. You are not doing it against anybody, it's for Baba. And it's very interesting. You have to, because, when it's for somebody, you usually make it against somebody. And it's not against anybody, it's for Baba. Make sure that's true. So Baba says, we don't have animosity towards anyone. The Father decorates you, and so you should accept his service. Baba, why would we not follow your Srimad? There is lot of benefit for us in doing that, and our children, etc., after us will even benefit. So Baba says, you know that it's benefit all the way, so you're doing it not out of any animosity. Show everyone the path to go on the true pilgrimage. If there is any quarreling, the poor innocent mothers have to tolerate it. If they don't accept you, you can then understand that they don't belong to your clan. So if you are with a stork and you are a swan, you understand that there will be some bickering, quarreling involved. So this is one thing. And then Baba today talks about how we earn blessings, because you see, so the question is, what power do you need in Brahmin life in order to make progress? And the answer is, the power of the blessings of many souls is the way to make progress. And how do you earn those blessings? So Baba says, children, continue to open centers. Sit and decorate human beings. However, those who open universities come hospitals have to be good so that they can explain to others. Or else they can open one and then give it to others to sit and explain there. The person who opened it would then also become filled with blessings from those who go there. He would receive power from that. That would be benefit for 21 births. Is there anyone who would not follow the Father's Srimad? You should follow the Father's Srimad at every step. This is why Baba says there is this seva going on of changing humans into deities, of benefiting souls, giving them the light of love and happiness. And anybody who becomes a supporter or contributes or cooperates in this seva earns blessings. So this is the way to earn blessings, and blessings are the way to make progress in Brahmin life. So if we want to make progress, if we don't want to just sit and I'm a soul, just keep repeating that. We want our lock of intellects to open and we want to experience some things. We will just not need effort. We will also need the power of blessings. And this is the way to earn blessings. And then there is the slogan, in order to experience the Father's support, let go of the support of limited shores. Now, limited shores are obviously when you want to experience the ocean, you have to let go of the shores. Okay, so now the thing is, many people say that whenever I am in difficulty, I think of Baba first. But then, what about other times? And will you like somebody who only remembers you when you are in difficulty? Yes? Will you have a lot of love for that soul? Definitely not. Yes, you will give him something, that's okay, because you're compassionate and generous, but then you will not have good wish. You will not have you can even have good wishes, but then that soul will not earn blessings. So Baba says, I should not be your go-to person only in difficulty. Leave all the physical supports. When only I am yours and you think about me in all circumstances. When I'm the first one you think about while preparing food. I'm the first one you offer bhog to. I'm the first one you, shop for. I'm the first one who you send your salary to. I'm the first one who you sit and use your body to remember. I'm the first one you use your mind to connect to. I'm the first one who you give your time to. I'm your first preference. That's when you will have my support, and you will also be the first one I think of. Okay. So this is something, okay, Om Shanti.